Bob's sick, Chuck's sick. I mean, Bob's sick, Cole's sick. Haven't heard from Mike.
Where's Matt?
Matt's coming. He'll be here in a minute.
All right. One word from Matt, then we get going. Go. Easy. Easy. All right, Brian, update.
Oh yeah, let me give you an update on this, the progress on the site first. The building, if you go up there, it still looks like a skeleton of a building, but there is progress being made, particularly on site work. Site work has been the majority of our conversations having to do with change order activity, but the site work that is being performed by the contractor is being completed. If you're looking at the site and from the building to the road, all of that underground has been completed and it's backfilled. The transformer pad is in place and the transformer is actually sitting on the pad. All the utilities from the street into the building pathways are installed.
Including water?
Water is out to the street. So all of the responsibilities of the contractors are getting to be minimized. The other side of the building, they're still working on generator pads. They have to get the generator pads poured, and they still would like to get the pad poured on the street side for the mechanical units that are going to be placed on the street side. So there are a couple pad locations that they're going to continue to work on. The weather's cooperating so far to do that. And then the attention is to the building. The mason is showing up to construct the elevator shaft and walls in the sally port, and also they have a responsibility on some of the low exterior walls. But the exterior walls have to be constructed so they can put the wall panels from the top of masonry wall to the roof line. So the wall panels are on site, so they're looking to advance installation of wall panels. Once the wall panels go on the exterior, then all the activity in the winter is going to be concentrated on the inside of the building. And they feel that they can look to the schedule and see if they can improve some of the schedule slip in the winter, because now everything's concentrated inside the building. So in that regard, it's going well, although the site work has made the schedule slip with all the additional site work that was added to his scope. In December, we should have an updated schedule that I can share with you when we receive an updated schedule. So that's the activity on the site. The
Sure.
Stairwell design.
stairwells have been approved. They're back in the hands of the contractor. The mechanical equipment has been submitted and reviewed and returned to the contractor. Some of it approved, some of it revised and resubmit. But they're not waiting on any submittals or reviews from the engineers or the architects.
Okay.
Those have all been completed and back in their hands. Any other questions about construction?
We had a site meeting at 2 o'clock today. It didn't sound like there was anything. I think all those hiccups, you know, the time-sensitive issues have all been resolved.
We just have 2 items right now. We need the placement of the footings for the stairs, and we need to have the layout for the conduits into the building for the HVAC. Then they can pour the pad.
Yeah.
And that's all that's holding them up right now.
I did receive a letter from BC Construction last week regarding a claim that they are looking for the roof panels, insulated roof panels. I only bring this up because the letter was addressed to me. I think it was copied to the town. I did respond to that letter and told them that I denied their claim. But I'm bringing it up to you because I think it should be turned over to your legal.
It already has been.
Already has been.
Just to let you know that that's there. I've stated my position. They've stated their position. Just because I wrote a letter doesn't mean it goes away. There's probably going to be a continuing claim, and I don't know how the outcome of that would be, but the sooner they can get informed of that, the better.
So should we have, I mean, we've sent it to town council, they have it, they haven't done any research into it. They probably need to talk to you, I guess, about.
If they need to talk to me, that's fine.
Okay.
They'll have my letter, they'll have their letter.
They have a copy of both forwarded to them.
If they have any questions, give me a call.
Okay.
But I just needed to get that on the record for informing you that it's there. Another advancement in the project is the integrated technology package that we've been preparing to go out to bid. That package has been completed thanks to Matt and Mike Yang, who was participating in that when he was here. They've reviewed it. It's gone through a number of reviews, and I feel it's ready to go out on the street. So we have completed that package and advertised it in the Central Register, and the town's coordinated it in legal notices in local newspapers for the bids to be out to bid November 29th.
And on our new website.
It's on the
I
website?
think that's tomorrow, right?
It is tomorrow. Bids are to be received December 19th at 2 o'clock, and all of the bidding and all the bid receipts are going to be electronic through Project Dog, which is a planned service.
Yeah, that's what we used for the general contract. That was great.
What's the date they're going to be received?
November
2 o'clock
17th.
on
No, December
December 17th, I'm sorry.
19th.
19th.
December 19th at 2 o'clock.
Now, will there be an additional fee for that Project Dog, or is that still part of the same project that we paid for?
No, it's a new project number under their Project Dog, so you'll get an invoice.
Okay.
So, George, that may or may not require a vote of the committee. I don't know if it does or doesn't, but it's going to go out to bid tomorrow.
I would think it would.
Yeah.
I would think it would.
That's why I said 29th, because I knew we were going to be here on the 28th.
Yep.
You want to authorize that to go out to bid. It's for integrated technology systems.
I will make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Within that bid, we're asking for
I'm sorry.
a base bid amount, and we're also asking for an alternate number one amount. The base bid amount would be for all of the integrated technology for Norfolk Police, and the alternate number one would be for separate independent systems for the MEC. And the MEC is interested in to see what the bidder, see who the bidder is and see what the number is. The MEC may elect to do it under their own contract with their service provider. But this will give them an opportunity to compare what they have as a number and what the bidder provides as a number. So just to know that bid is going to be for both the MEC and the Norfolk Police. For change order activity, I did provide a handout, and this is my monthly summary. It's dated November 28th, and the contract summary, which is the first paragraph, shows you all change order activity through change order number 4. Change order number 4, 1 through 4 totals $143,123.36. Change order number 4, if you're moving down about the middle of the sheet, change order number 4 was the revision to the Mitsubishi HVAC system. At your last meeting, you did authorize us to a not to exceed $42,000 on that. The number came in at $41,447.06. So we processed the paperwork and we gained signatures on that. So that's already been processed and approved. But you didn't know that final number until now. That's why I'm bringing up change order number 4. Change order number 5 are 4 items. Most all of them, 3 out of the 4 still relate to site work that was done on time and material basis. Change order proposals 16, 18, and 21 were all time and material work. John was witnessing the time and material. John has signed off on the slips and has verified that those are accurate for the work performed. So 16, 18, and 21 was authorized, and we're recommending payment. On PCO number 20, the contractor originally contracted with ThyssenKrupp for the elevator, and we started installations with the intent of installing ThyssenKrupp elevator. As the project advanced, BC Construction was not able to have ThyssenKrupp sign a contract, a suitable contract for this project. They were asking for terms that were unreasonable, and the BC Construction has elected to terminate with ThyssenKrupp and utilized a Delta Beckwith elevator in lieu of ThyssenKrupp. The cost for the elevator is an adjustment to an allowance.
Right, wasn't it a $20,000 allowance or
It was
something?
a $100,000 allowance.
In the allowance, but we had a rebate
You
back
had
on
a
that.
rebate back of $11,800.
Yeah, it was gonna be 20, but then it shrunk, so yes, it.
But
it was 11,000.
20 didn't just float in, there
No, it
wasn't.
didn't, I was helping you out there.
The
I was worried.
The cost of the ThyssenKrupp, the cost of the Delta Beckwith is now at $103,000. So we have to give back the $11,800, and then we have to add another $3,000 to the allowance. So at $14,800, this was the number that I was anticipating. But we just received more information today that on the $3,000 additional to the allowance, they're charging overhead and profit and bond costs, which is within their contract to do, and it increased the cost by $172.05. So we have to add
$2.05.
$172.05 for overhead, profit, and bond costs to the PCO 20, and that brings the total of change order 5 proposed to, you ready? $30,662.57.
662 or 52?
I got 662.
$30,662.57.
57.
And with that, I'll await your action on change order number 5, or if you have any questions on those.
I don't have any questions.
I'd make a motion to approve change order number 5.
Second.
Okay,
I had to get it in.
yeah. there you
Never
go.
done one.
You
All
gotta,
right.
you gotta get in the
Never
minutes
done
somehow.
one?
No, it's first,
Oh,
second.
there you go.
I think so.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And at the bottom of the sheet, I always try to say pending, because I want the committee to know what, if there's anything out there that we still see that's waiting action. There is a change order proposal number 20R, which has to do with plumbing trench concrete at the Sally Port. The submitted change order on that was at $6,223.77. And right now, I'm in a dispute with BC Construction on about $1,200 of that, which I feel is not owner-required payment. So I'm not bringing that to you at this meeting. We're going to continue to resolve that through BC Construction or through the town on what the resolution is on that.
So far, we've got $175,000 of change orders.
Correct.
And what did we have in reserves on this?
$300,000.
So we're done with change orders, right?
Done with change orders, but you also, we are only tracking the hard costs, we're only tracking BC construction costs. I know that there are soft costs out there that the town's tracking, Matt's tracking, because you had a site work number there.
I know.
We have no idea how that's being spent. That's a separate tracking through the town.
So far, so good?
Well, yeah, why don't we put together a summary for the next meeting? I mean, as good as, nothing,
Well, we're going to be concluding.
It's okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he knows better than I do, but
We've been going for a couple of weeks. I'd say on average, we're looking at 10 grand a week that we're spending, and we've been going for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks now. So we have the majority of the hill, the water department property, excavated, prepared. Right now, we're
And what was the allowance we had for that?
$300,000. We're moving along nicely. It's been working out very well. We've been having we had some issues with the leasing of equipment with the vendor performance. We have a new company in, so we're going to be disputing some invoices, so I can't really give you accurate because I don't have the invoices for the equipment yet, but they're roughly $10,000 to $13,000 a week, per month for equipment. So, but
Yeah, okay,
it's
good.
going well.
Good.
Good, going well.
but some of the change orders, well, actually, all the change orders, so anything that BC Construction has done based on the site work, though, is now captured in the change orders. So,
Yes.
Good point.
yeah, so some of the costs get covered in our change orders that really should be in the site work. But. So we had,
So we've kind of caught up a little bit.
Yeah,
knock on wood,
yeah, but I think we're looking probably in the next couple weeks to turn the corner on just getting back to concentrating on the building again.
When do you think it'll be enclosed?
By the end of the year.
which,
And knock on wood, they're looking at 50 degrees next week again, so,
Yeah.
as long as this holds out, that's helping them also. If the snow flies, it doesn't mean they stop, but it just means things usually slow down. They'd like to get it enclosed as soon as they can, so they can get inside with some heat, turn some heat on, and then they'll have the inside ready to go.
Okay.
When do they hope to start putting the side panels on?
You'll probably, in the next week.
We-
so one thing,
The next item is, I do not have a requisition to bring to you tonight. And looking ahead, they're going to be preparing a requisition through the end of November, which is going to be in a couple days, we'll see a requisition. The BC Construction indicated that the requisition amount is going to be a not to exceed $325,000 for the month. So I think it would be appropriate if we can have a not-to-exceed number. It's still a requisition that we have to review, McGuire has to review, and the town has to review to approve a number, an exact number. But I didn't want to hold up a requisition because I didn't know when our next meeting might be.
What do you anticipate it to be? 300?
325.
not to exceed 325.
25.
Okay.
So if you want, I'll make a motion
Sure.
to approve a requisition not to exceed 325. That still will go through the process of review by the three parties.
Second it.
All right, there we go. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
That's all I have for the police station project, but I do have something about the fire station.
Can we do 2 more on the police?
Yes.
I propose we authorize a water main service to be installed at the 14 Sharon Ave, not to exceed $33,000 for the water that's required, 4-inch line, and the fire hydrant, all the water service to the building.
Does that number include the potential fees that we hope to waive?
That does not include the potential fees that we hope to waive for $19,000 or so.
Okay.
So we're not going with the 2-inch water main?
We are not, we fought and fought and fought, and it's not enough, it's not sufficient.
What do you mean by fought?
We
Well, we went back and forth with the engineers.
did a lot of back and forth, just trying to figure out, we had the plumbing inspector, and it's just
Right.
the engineers
Yeah.
denied it, and if they don't sign off on it, we don't.
They don't sign off on it, what?
Turn that one back over to Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
Well, we have a responsibility in the design to make it work,
Yep.
and we sign and seal the drawings,
Right.
and they presented calculations on how many plumbing units you need,
Mhm.
and it has to do with the type of toilets you're putting in, and the flush valves that you're putting in, and the showers that you're putting in, and they all have units, and
Yep.
you need so much water, and according to the engineers, it was a little over 3 inches based on the units, so they went to the next size up, which is 4. So now, we're responsible.
Bob and I, Bob had his plumbing inspector get involved. Paul,
Yeah.
yeah. It was undisputable. We couldn't, when they showed the calculations, it was over 3 inches, so we couldn't really
Okay.
fight him on it. But also with that $33,000, it also includes the fire service, the fire hydrant out in front of the building too, for that building. So I make a motion that we appropriate up to $33,000 for the water service to the building.
My turn?
Yep, yep.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Any discussion?
So who's gonna, do we know who's gonna do that work? They're gonna be BC? or-
Yes.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's approved.
And there will be another small change order to run some conduit in that same area for the gas main and for the fiber optics main. It'll be a small amount of money, but in the backfill for the said trench.
We were talking about, I don't know, I forget who I was talking about that with the other day, but what is gas gonna be used for?
There's going to be infrared heating in the Sallyport area, and there's also going to be a gas water heater in the mechanical space.
Okay.
So it's a relatively small gas line, but it is required for the job. So we're putting in we worked with Columbia a lot, and so they could get it backfilled, they agreed to letting us put a sleeve in there so they could pull the gas line once the siding of the building's up. That way they can put all their machines around it, 'cause they need to set a crane there to hoist everything in place. But with a big open trench, we couldn't really do it, so in order to expedite it in the future, we ran a PVC sleeve in there.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give you the heads up, there's not a number on that one, but
Yeah.
Is the, our next Tuesday agenda cover the fee? Is it on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that concludes the police station?
Moving to the fire station.
Fire station.
We are working with the town to put out a mass rock removal bid package. And we have given over draft documents. The town has a draft of plans and specs. We worked out some final details about the specifications. We have not established any bid date yet. But I would hope that it's going to be before your next meeting. So if we can put it out to bid in December with bids back in January.
Can you, this may be a dumb question, but I don't know, it's a dumb question. Does the weather play any role in that?
Not with rock removal.
Okay.
No. No, they can do it, winter's fine.
Okay.
Be out there for blasting. So I don't know if you want to put that in the form of a motion. Is there any, it's vague, I know it's vague, but we're working to put that out to bid. So if we need some authorization to bid that.
I move to put that out to put the rock blasting removal out to bid.
Second, whatever you just said.
We are trying to work out,
Go ahead.
we are trying to work out just the removal of the rock, whether or not we have the blasters remove it for a fee. We also have a relationship with a local company that would take it for free, but we gotta make sure we can schedule them,
Right.
so.
I knew that.
Those are some of the details that we're just ironing out, but if those are resolved and resolved to the satisfaction of the town, I think we can turn the bid package out pretty quickly.
All right, we have a motion that's seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Just so people are warned, it does sound like it'll take 2 to 3 weeks for all the blasting.
All right,
It's not like 2 days,
right.
which I was hoping.
So we're
Any
moving-
complaints should go to Scott Bragdon.
Well, you won't have to go far to talk to the police about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it'll need police details, it'll also need a fire watch, so those are also details that we're putting into the specifications. I do think that Bob's been coordinating a lot of this, Bob Bullock, and I know that he has contractors that that are showing interest in it. It's just because of the dollar amount, we have to go out to bid with it.
We have a general consensus that it's going to be a decent-sized blasting job that
Well, yeah, it's gonna take 2 weeks or so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anything further?
I have a copy, a reduced-size copy of the integrated technology drawings that are going out to bid. I think, Matt, you have a copy. If you want to have another copy, there's another copy. That's the bid documents that are right now out on the
Oh,
street.
it is.
Chuck, do you have a copy yet? You can have it. If
We will be trying to get
That's above my pay grade.
integrators interested in that. If you know
Mine
any
too,
integrator, you
Oh, yeah, this makes sense
want
to
to
me.
get interested in that.
Are we gonna, I meant to ask you,
Holy mackerel.
I didn't see anything, are we gonna do a pre-bid?
No,
Okay.
not much to walk through.
Take it home.
Study it?
You'll
Yeah.
submit any changes?
I will study this tonight
I
and
will,
bring back my recommendations tomorrow, which hopefully you will ignore. There you go, Chuck.
That's what I have, George.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else?
one quick thing, I got a proposal from Al at CDR just to extend we've reached the end of their agreement, so I have that extension. I was hoping that I could have one or two other people just look at it with me and bless it if it looks good. Looked good to me, but I want to have other people look at it.
Just stop by sometime. And-
Okay.
All right. Okay, is there any other business? If not, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? All right.
We're done.
All right.
Next meeting.
Yes,
next
next meeting.
We were talking in the trailer about the next meeting, and we were looking at January 9th might make the most sense.
Okay.
We have.
Is that a Thursday?
That is a Tuesday.
Tuesday, I mean, I'm sorry, 4 o'clock?
Because we already have an approval for the November requisition.
Yep.
The December requisition won't be till January 9th anyway, and the holidays kind of get in the way of
Yeah.
everything else.
January 9th works for me.
I assume it works for me, too.
4 o'clock.
Okay.
But
Spending for the site
Motion to
work.
adjourn, I think that already
I'm sorry,
happened.
it just triggered my mind. Site work, because we had a budget, and now we have the agreement that there's up to $10,000 for decisions to be made between Jack, Bob, and myself but I'm also doing site work, which is, we're flirting
Not
with.
change orders, it's
we
just.
Is it all right with the committee that I'm issuing directive to spend money from the site, which we have a budget for a few $100,000, or
Yeah, so that other authorization was just about change orders. This
Right.
is
running the site?
running the site and staying within budget, but we never had a discussion about completing the site work.
Well, I'd like to make a motion to reconvene the meeting.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. That's an approved motion. We don't need a vote. Okay.
Okay, now explain it again.
So, we have a budget to do the site work, that we were figuring $300,000 to have the DPW run
Right,
the site
right,
work. Yeah, I'm trying to, right now, order a septic pump, force main pump sewage ejector. That's gonna be over $10,000. Dude, that's part of the site work package, that's the work that needs to be done and ordered and everything. Do I need to bring this all to the committee, or can I just, per the plans, this is what's there, order it, or do I need to?
So this isn't a change order, so it doesn't really fall under
Running
another
this,
authorization?
kind of like in the spring when we go to pave, do I
Right.
need to run that by the committee, or do we just,
I don't think.
If we're within budget, can we
If you're in
can we go
budget, I
forward?
mean,
The problem is that it's over what we authorized you
Right.
to do, right?
Right, but those were for change orders. This is for site work that we were, as the owner, were planning on doing. So I
Right.
mean, I think we would like authorization, or just talk about the process, whatever.
I just want to break any,
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm okay with
I'm
that.
okay with it, yeah. I mean,
So you want to frame the motion?
Well, I guess I would authorize,
I would talk with Bob and Jack about anything before we're going and doing anything, but, and so we don't have to, if I need to order something or I need to call in a vendor and,
right.
Well, why don't we, may I make a suggestion? Why doesn't the authorization just require sign-off by you or Bob as well as Matt? Just two-person sign-off.
for work that's done within the site,
That's done
site
within the
work
site work.
budget.
sounds good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that
Okay.
protects you.
Yeah,
I will make that motion.
okay,
I'll second.
there we go. All right, any discussion?
Got that, Sue?
Okay,
Two-person sign-off?
I got it.
no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Motion to re-adjourn.
Motion accepted.
Is there such a word?
He just made it up. Yeah, because there's decisions you have to make, you can't wait for the committee.
No.
To keep
No,
the project
I'm
moving.
okay with it. I
Yeah.
just think for practical purposes,
Right,
two
practical purposes.
sign-offs would be better.
Right,
And obviously, it'd be certainly nice to hear about them at the very next meeting,
right.
what you had to
Just
do.
give us an update,
Sure,
that's
but
all.
like, right now,
Yep.
I'm gonna be flirting 10,000, a little over 10,000
Yeah.
for the equipment rental for the month.
Right.
Does that need to be, that's why I was
Well,
trying
we
to,
just authorized it.
I know, but that's why I was at, yes,
No,
no.
that's good. No, good. No
That's good.
problem.
Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Drive safe.
All right, see you back here at 7, Jack.